What?
You get this only nowhere else but the Kevin and Zach. Kevin, I'm not gonna lie.
Now look at this. A carved penguin. There it is.
Oh no. Are the O's fine? Are the Orioles fine, Kevin?
It's so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed.
Okay. The Orioles stole it. That game was stolen. It was stolen from them, then they stole it right back.
What?
Oh my God.
Wait, what's going on? What is happening?
What is going on? Was it a diving play? He bobbled the ball.
What is happening? Are they challenging it? No. Other wall. No.
Kevin, I don't know what you saw, how much you saw. I've been chugging champagne. Sure, I spilled a lot, but what a game, man.
He will be the legendary
Birdfish!
How about that?
Birdfish fans, stand up! We did it!
What can I say? What can I say?
I don't care that it was against the White Sox. I don't care that they only got 2 runs. I don't care that they had to win by stealing home. A win is a win, and the Baltimore Orioles are back in the win column, baby. Beating the Chicago White Sox 2-1. Zach Eflin, star of the game, 7 shutout innings. Have the Orioles gotten a shutout this year? I feel like they've taken like 3 or 4 games into the 9th with the shutout. Of course, the White Sox make it interesting. Of course, they made it interesting. They score. They get the tying run on second. Hell, they get the go-ahead run on first, and Luis Robert. Man, what a weird day. What a weird day. The Orioles at what was it, 11 o'clock a.m. just were like, hey, we're going to play at 4. We're going to play at 4. I don't know how that affected. I think it was bowling shirt night. So I think attendance was definitely down for that. Orioles, I guess, got it in. I'm sure the weather there is a lot. I heard it was not great. So, hey, you get the game in, you get a win. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm going to be very open and honest with all of you guys. This win feels good. It feels good just to get a win, but man, does it suck right now after what Eflin just did. You go 7 innings, you get the win here, you're building momentum. God, would it have been nice to get one of those 2 wins from the past 2 days against the Cardinals. God, you could have, if you could have won that series and kept this momentum going in, it just would, man, it would feel like the Orioles are really building momentum, and it just feels like more of a squandered opportunity. But that's baseball. You got to play the game. So they come out, they get the win today, and let's hop into the box score real fast. This is Kevin and Zach React. I'm your host, Zach Bollinger. Go live after every single Orioles game, win or lose. So, stay safe out there, seeing there's a tornado warning. So stay safe. Let's go to look at the box score. Jackson Holliday with the 0 for 3 got hit by the pitch to lead off the game. Well, I guess to lead off the first for the O's. Adley gets his hit, the single. Gunnar 2 for 4. It looks good. He's going down the left field line with it, just kind of using. It's one of those things with Gunnar where I feel like I don't want to say begging Gunner, but it feels like if they're going to give you that third base line, you might as well use it. You might as well use it. And it was great to see Gunner go out there and just twice ball on the outside, flick of the wrist, go the other way. One time he's standing on second, the other time he gets the single. Great to see there just kind of his approach changing a little bit, going the opposite way. Ryan Mountcastle, 2 for 3 with the run. He also steals home. Hell of a play, Mountie. But in classic Orioles fashion for 2025, Ryan Mountcastle is heating up. He's kind of been a no-show recently. He's heating up over the past few days. And what happens? Leaves the game with hamstring discomfort. Same day that we get Cedric Mullins put on the IL with a, hamstring strain. The Orioles just can't beat the injury bug right now. They can't beat the injury bug. It is just absolutely kicking their ass. And yeah, Steve, glad you played this out. Today also was Gunner hit number 400. Crazy that he's already got 400 hits. Cooper Hummel comes in for Mountcastle, gets one at bat. Uncompetitive. I mean, I don't know how long Cooper Hummel should be on this team, but that's a whole nother thing. All right. Rhino Hearn continues to rake 1 for 4, ground out on the fielder's choice with the bases loaded. Was really hoping he could kind of break things open there. Unable to do so. Ramon Urias 0 for 2, but he did get that sac fly. Hey, small ball wins. Small ball wins. Rivera 0 for 3. Heston Kjerstad with a little change to the stance, not stance to the swing, going with more of a toe tap. I mean, we all know the famous Jackson Holliday last year couldn't catch up to the fastball. Was getting beat by the fastball every time. Goes from the leg kick to the small toe tap. Once Heston's video gets up on Baseball Savant, maybe I can go through it for everyone. But yeah, it was he's now toe tapping. Didn't help him today. 0 for 3. So disappointing there. But the offense wasn't the star of this game. It was the pitching. And to help me talk about the pitching, I'm my co-host, Kevin Ostreicher. Kevin, the Orioles win, The Orioles win. How we feeling?
The win is a win. Wasn't necessarily super inspiring offensively, but it wasn't the pitching, wasn't the base running with Ryan Mountcastle, who unfortunately, has to pay the price.
We can't have nice things.
Yeah, he has to pay the price for it. But man, I'm glad they won. I'm glad it got very dicey at the end, man. That was is the word.
It just they can never make it easy.
Is the word easy in this team's vocabulary?
Hell no, it's not. Hell no, it's. I mean, it's the White Sox, for crying out loud. Like that,
and that's why I'm not that's why.
Just got 1, 2, 3 in that inning. Like Felix, his past 2, he went 3 up, 3 down. He was perfect in his past 2 appearances. Of course, it's the White Sox to give him trouble. I mean, Kevin, I was sitting there and I was literally when Robert hit that one ball that just went foul, would have given him the lead. I was sitting there and I was like, at first I thought he got it, and I was like, "There's no way." I was like, "If we lose
I thought
that
was it. Like that was their one shot."
Yeah, if he would have taken the lead there, if they would have taken the lead there, that would have just been such a 2025 Orioles way to lose.
Yeah, it's the same stuff we've been talking about forever, where the offense does well, the pitching doesn't. The pitching does well, the offense doesn't. And Eflin, and about time the Orioles had some umpire luck go their way to complete the 7th inning. That ball was definitely not a strike to load the bases, but you know what? The Orioles are due for some umpire help. So I'm pumped that Eflin was able to go 7. Saves the bullpen for the rest of the series, at least for now.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously it didn't work the way that, you wanted with Bautista. But Kevin, we talked about, what was it, a few games ago, it's with Charlie Morton, the bread and butter for this team is if the starter can go 6-7 innings, and then they can hand it off to the back end of the bullpen, get 1 or 2 innings from them, and then hand it to Bautista in the ninth, and then you should win games. So to go 7 innings, shutout. Brian Baker comes in. He looks great. He's just, I'm glad to see him bounce back. And then Bautista, obviously, like you said, he's not, this was definitely one of his scarier outings, but this is still the path to success is, find a way to get him the ball in the ninth.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not even the fact that he was giving up hits and giving up base runners. He was giving up hits and base runners to the White Sox, who, if you asked me to name players on the White Sox before like this series, I could have only named Luis Robert.
Yeah,
and maybe
Miguel Vargas somehow is their best hitter. It's just crazy, and it's looking like Kobe Mann was just scratched from the Tides lineup. Rakabako also just put it out, so I would assume Rock said it's a just in case. I assume that's what it is. I think they're just gonna see if Mountcastle what it is, because you don't want to obviously risk anything. So just get him, bring him up, or at least have him available if they do need to have Mountcastle miss time. But Kevin, is it not just the most 2025 Orioles thing that Mountcastle finally gets going? We talk all the time of like, oh, when Mountcastle gets going, he'll go 2 weeks and carry your offense. We're finally getting to that point, another 2-hit game. Hell, he steals home. And then it's like, well, okay, and he's hurt.
Of course. And now you're going to have to rely on Kobe. If Mountain, I don't know. We'll see. But like, Kobe is still unproven. And yes, I want him to get more opportunities. I think this will be good for him. But, we talk about this with Heston all the time where it's like, Heston has gotten opportunities. And look, it's not like he's getting everyday playing time, but he certainly has had more than enough opportunities to show that he belongs. And quite frankly, he just has not. And, when Cowser comes back, he's pretty obviously the guy that's going to go down here because, Carlson is helping them for the most part right now. Laureano's going to come back. That creates even more of a pinch. So what I want to see out of Kobe is just, I just want to see something where it just feels like with Heston, we haven't really seen a ton. And he'll have a moment here and there, but for a team that's trying to dig themselves out of this hole and if you're just talking about is Heston like a part of this team long term, I don't know. And for Kobe, it's the same. Like, well, he needs more opportunities because people kind of talk about them in the same breath sometimes. But I think that Heston, and it's obvious, like it's just look at the at bats. Heston has had plenty more opportunities than Kobe has right now, so that's why I'm kind of like, all right, Kobe needs some more time before we make an opinion on him, right? I don't want to say, despite some of his struggles, oh, just trade him away. But with Heston, it feels like once Cowser gets back and he gets sent down, I just feel like that's it for him with the Orioles.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at this. His last 31 games, Heston Kjerstad is batting 149 with 4 RBIs and 7 runs scored.
Yeah, not good enough.
I don't believe he has a home run. And let me see, what's his OPS during that time? The 410. That's gross.
Yikes.
That's a 410 OPS is not good.
You're essentially playing with 8 hitters in the lineup.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I didn't realize it was that bad. I'm not gonna lie.
It's been bad. It's been bad.
Yeah, it's 410. Well, in a positive. Let's go more positive. The pitching, like we said, Zach Eflin. I mean, Zach Eflin, if they can get him back doing this, and yes, it's the White Sox. Do I expect 7 shutout innings every time? Well, if he can just go back to 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 1 earned run, that's, this is exactly, hell, Ken, we still have 100 games left. They got to play them. Whether people want to say they're in it or it's over, it's a wash, it's, they can still make a run, whatever your stance is, they still got to have guys to, play them.
What is it, 106 officially?
Yeah, 106, something like that. So, go out. I mean, you won quality starts from Eflin. You won them from Sagano. I mean, the last rotation and a half, has looked phenomenal. If the bats can get back up, I mean, they can put together a few wins, but it's going to be the bats because the pitching's done their job. Besides, really, Povich with that one blow-up inning.
Yeah. Again, they just need to play more consistent baseball all the way around. Because again, you can't wait, and they didn't today, but you can't waste starts like that. And the reason I say it is because they do more often than not over the past year. So again, a win is a win. I'm happy they got the job done and were able to shut the door here, but I would like to see a bit more of a convincing win tomorrow because this is the White Sox. And look, I'm not saying the Orioles have been much better this season. They have not. But if they truly are trying to fight through this thing and dig out of this hole, I need to see them be more competitive. They're one of the worst teams in baseball right now. I get that. It's not a secret. But if you want to dig out of the hole, you have to be able to beat up on one of the other worst teams in baseball. It's a battle of the I don't even know what you want to call it.
It's not great right now, I'll tell you that.
The battle of the whatevers. I don't even know what word you want to fill in there. So,
is there a good word to throw in that?
I don't know.
I mean, they're very different. I mean, the White Sox
disappointments, but the White Sox the White Sox were expected to be. So,
this Orioles Twitter would not survive this. DL Hall no through 3 versus the Phillies.
Well, I can tell you that the Brewers fan base hates Joey Ortiz. So if they hate that trade, and I guess Orioles, it's kind of like if DL Hall doesn't pan out, there were no winners in that trade because Joey Ortiz has been pretty abysmal for them, and DL Hall has been injured. So.
I mean, it's a trade if you're an Orioles fan. I know people are like, oh, they only got Burns for 1 year. It's a trade, especially with Westberg, especially. That's the trade you want them to make. They went out and got an ace, and they took a chance, and so far it's worked out. Could those guys end up? And I love Joey Ortiz. I think he's a very good defensive shortstop, can play second base, third base, wherever you want to put him. His hitting's going to come back around. But, I can't sit there and say that I look back on that trade and I'm like, damn, O's got damn, O's lost that one because Burns, left. They're big losers because they didn't retain Burns. I'm okay with giving up those two at the moment, looking back. I think it was I don't want to call it a win-win for both sides because now looking back, I think it was both teams are like, yeah, we do that. Maybe Brewers fans at the moment aren't ecstatic, but.
Yeah, I mean, they knew he was leaving, so they wanted to get and the price wasn't high anyway. We all thought it was a great trade at the time.
Yeah. Who'd they take with that compensatory pick?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I could not tell you.
I'm just nosy now. Let's see.
It was 30. I can't even remember.
Competitive. It was the competitive A round. Okay, they were just showing me. That doesn't help me at all. Okay, here we go. Baseball America. Okay, so the Brewers picked Blake Burke, first baseman from Tennessee.
How's he doing? Let's see. Right now, he is hitting 291 in high A, 3 homers in 172 at bats.
Let's see where he ranks in there. Farm system. He's number 16 in that farm system, so it hasn't been a incredible. I mean, still very early on in his development, but
yeah, we'll see.
And definitely not. I mean, this far in, you don't want your first round pick that you just traded for to be your 16th. So I don't think they're really that,
Well, we'll have to be on DL Hole watch because Joey Ortiz is sincerely going through it. He's hitting 180 this year.
Yeah, Joey, I feel bad for him.
Oh, he's actually hitting 179 now. Yeah, what has this show turned into? We're so unimpressed with the winning as the White Sox that we're talking about the Brewers farm system.
Honestly, I'm not upset about it.
Yeah, AJ summarizing. Yep, we can't even talk. I mean, what's there to talk about? The offense
Can
didn't
guys-
show up
can
except
guys
for
just not shoot the shit about the Brewers' compensatory draft picks after the Orioles. Zach Eflin throws a shutty, a 7-inning shutty versus the White Sox. Can guys not have hobbies anymore?
yeah, it's true.
And they have to. I understand Elias right now is very against her. We got to draft a high pitcher. Braxton Bragg
It'd
looks
be a
great.
malpractice if they did not do that.
Braxton Bragg looks great. I'm excited for him. I think they've got some young arms up and coming, but I would still, that does not, for me, take away the fact that I'm like, would love hey, hell, even you have 3 first-round picks. Take two. One of them's got to be decent. Like, I think at some point you got to just throw the darts.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the fact that they should have been doing that a long time ago, and now you've put yourself in a position where you really don't have pitching in the minor leagues, and you haven't had it, and it's just, I don't know. They need to.
Yeah. First off, welcome to Kevin and Zach React. We go live after every single Orioles game, win or lose, to talk about Brewers compensatory picks. We go around the league just rating everyone's 2024 compensatory picks after every game. It's what we do here. Kevin, anything else we do? I guess name fish, food challenges.
A lot, yeah. Get a little crazy. Zach will do cartwheels on the street.
Get a little crazy. It just cuts to you shoving, what was that, like 38 mini marshmallows?
Oh, it was 57, I think, because they had 19 wins at the time. So, yeah, 57.
Yeah, I just hit my elbow so hard. Cartwheels, yeah, we do a little gymnastics here.
Yep. Very athletic.
We do a little gymnastics. Kevin, anything before we hop into call-ins?
Nah.
No.
I think we should get into call-ins and
yeah,
get on to it. Get on.
Yeah, it's such a weird day when they gets moved up from 7 to 4.
I know this week is like the past 7 days have been weird with like, oh, they're playing a doubleheader. Actually, no, the second game is rained out, so you're playing 2 tomorrow instead. Or hey, the game's getting moved up 3 hours. Like a bunch of weird timelines for the Orioles. And they've been a part of all these weird weather games this year. Like, I don't know what it is with the Orioles and the weather, but
Kevin, was it not last year? Do we not remember last year? Was it last year or 20? Yeah, it was last year. Where remember that like 2-week stretch where I swear to God, every single game was delayed at least an hour and a half. Like they would literally, it was just a nightly text. The Orioles are in a delay. And then you just sit there and they would be delayed for an hour and a half. They play the game. The next day would go. Remember the delay in Oakland? They started playing at like midnight. We were starting this at like 2:30 a.m.
Those were interesting days.
Yeah, I know I wasn't crazy.
The Baltimore weather, and I know it's some of these happen on the road, but I'm just saying like Baltimore weather is so weird. We're almost in June and we had like 50-degree days recently, like 60-degree, like just can we get summer, please?
Yeah. I don't know when we'll get summer, but we can get into call-ins right now. What a transition.
We need to work on your transitions.
I've known for my fantastic transitions, Kevin.
Yeah, we need to work on that.
Nothing will ever top it. Let's head on first. We got Arkansas Joe. Joe, what's cooking?
Joe, what's going on, man?
We're finishing the work day.
Oh, yeah?
The work
Very
month.
nice.
Yeah.
Up like a good month.
Good.
Finished
Glad to
strong.
hear that.
See, I'm glad someone had a good month. It was supposed to be that for the Orioles, and it was not.
Hey, it's okay. Got the win today. And guess
Just
who
keep
else
it going.
won, gentlemen? Guess who else won
Hogs?
today?
Did the Hogs
Hogs?
win?
Razorbacks. One
All
down.
right, let's go.
One down. 2 to go. Get them
There we go.
tomorrow.
Here.
Play the winner of Kansas and whoever the hell else is over there. I don't care. whatever.
Yeah,
Just win.
I
It don't
forgot
matter
the
who
other
you play.
team
Just go
already.
out and win, Joe.
Yeah, one at a time.
Just go
One
out
at a
and
time.
win. It was a little rough to begin. North Dakota State came out, put 2 runs up, but after that, Razorbacks got strong, ended the game 6-2. So
All right. Final score.
unfortunately, yesterday my body told me I needed some rest and crashed like at 12:30. I had to come home. I was a little dizzy,
Oh, wow.
and I missed the show yesterday. So the call-in record over there gets a mulligan, but we're still strong here.
Yeah, you're holding
Still
on to your
perfect here,
mulligans.
Joe.
You can transfer some of your mulligans here over to the Ripken. We'll hope you're feeling better. Hope you're feeling better.
I'm good. I just needed some sleep. These late nights and these crazy ball games.
Yeah,
just
crazy is
60
one word to describe
60
it.
hours, 60-hour work weeks take a toll on a 43-year-old man's body.
Yeah,
So,
well, you're trucking along, Joe. You're trucking along.
We're back and we're better than ever, baby. We're gonna sweep the White Sox. We're gonna
Let's
go
do
out
it.
to the
They need
Mariners.
it.
We're gonna take 2 from the Mariners, and we're gonna go to Sacramento and we're gonna sweep the A's right out of that
That's what I'm
minor league
talking
ballpark.
about. That's what I'm talking about, Joe.
So we're gonna
Boom.
let's say 7-2 in the next 9. Let's do it.
All
Let's
right,
do it,
we'll
Joe.
revisit.
New
We'll revisit.
coaching.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
New
New
senior
coaching.
advisor coaching.
Yeah,
Lots
maybe
of
Mabry's
connections.
the
Lots
guy.
of connections. Lots of
Maybe
connections to the ball
maybe a
players.
little Skip
So,
Schumacher. We'll see. Joe, appreciate you as
Yeah,
always. my
appreciate you,
friend.
man.
Have a good
Go
one.
Hogs.
Fantastic,
All
Frank.
right,
Go
yeah,
Hogs.
appreciate you, Joe.
Awesome. Head on to Australia. We got AJ.
We beat the White Sox.
A win is a win at this point, you know?
That was so incredibly stressful that after these about 1 out in the 7th inning, it wasn't like it became a huge walkathon. The pitchers lost all command after the 7th inning. They could
I
not
don't know
win
what
a-
happened.
Eflin he got one batter out, and then it was like 4 misses with a changeup, a miss right down the middle. Like then Baker, he got his outs because Baker's gonna bake.
Yeah, let Brian bake.
Let Brian bake, right? But just when I tell you, who was it Robert Jr. that hit that ball and I thought it hooked the foul pole and I just almost cried.
AJ, I stood there for a second before they were like, foul ball. I literally was sitting there and I was like, this team. Like, it was one of those moments where you're just like, this damn team. Like, I was almost impressed. Like, it was almost like a little bit like, you're good.
Me off.
Like, you got us. Yeah, I thought you had it.
Like, what
I
else?
thought you
Like,
won.
yeah.
Like, okay.
Jeez.
Cooper Hummel with perhaps one of the worst outfield reads I've seen since Tyler O'Neill went on the IL.
Like, sitting there, and I'm sitting there, and I'm not gonna lie. I was watching on a stream on my computer, so I get a notification that they're like RBI double, and I'm like, okay, let's say I'm like, okay, this has got to be a gapper, and I see it hit, and I'm like, oh, like must have been in the gap, and I'm like, it went over his head. Like, he just stopped and was like, I'm gonna read it off the wall, and it literally was like right there. I'm like, okay, glove, let's make a play, kid.
I mean, if that's him in the outfield, hopefully we can use one of the other 4 catchers we have on the roster right now instead of him as a backup catcher, if that comes to it. But, we got the win.
Outfielder.
We got the win. Felix totally didn't panic me at all. Not even a little bit.
No one was stressed.
I'm totally not like delirious right now because I got to that point in the night. And then, of course, I see the notification that the Orioles game's moved up, and I'm like, shit, and pulling the all-nighter. And I got a baseball game, and I'm going to be doing my best Chris Davis impression and just blasting ADHD medication to get me through it. And we'll see. We're going to hope I make it through the day without having a heart attack or seeing the Hat Man, but we should be fine. Orioles,
I would say that would help.
Orioles already got my heart attacks out of the way for the day, so I'm calling in for a win. And again,
Okay, May 30th/31st, right? Is that where we are?
31st. We're in 31st right now, last day of May. Hopefully, we can deal with these Shy Sox handedly. Great start from Eflin. Yeah. Good from Gunnar. Adley looking better today. He had 2 really hard hit balls. Mountie, just injury bug, but
I can't with this team anymore.
who pissed off like an ancient deity of some kind, despite the Orioles?
It's ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. I'll tell you that, AJ. It's getting ridiculous.
It really is. But I've already talked too long, so I'll let you go back to the rest. Orioles get the win. Hopefully, we get the win tomorrow.
Win is a win, AJ.
Yeah,
Win is a
love it.
win.
Got it.
Awesome.
Got it.
Appreciate you as always, and hopefully we
appreciate
get
JJ.
win calling next time.
I know.
So
A man
Oh.
can dream.
Right.
have a great one, AJ.
I appreciate you, AJ.
So, Kevin, I was thinking about this. Is Cooper Hummel just like Walmart Austin Slater?
No, Austin Slater was better.
That's why I'm saying, is he Walmart Austin Slater?
But considerably better.
That's why he's the Walmart.
No, but I'm
version.
saying okay. Then what's the store that you're comparing the Walmart to?
I'm just saying it's like the name brand versus like the off name brand. Like he's the off brand Austin
Well,
Slater.
Walmart is a pretty big brand.
Dude, you're this is what we're arguing about.
Walmart's a pretty big brand. I don't know if you've seen.
It's just saying like the name brand versus the off brand.
Yeah, but Walmart's not an off brand. Walmart's the big brand.
But if you go to Walmart and you see like Fruit Loops, and then you see like Fruit Hoops, the Walmart brand Fruit Loops, it's like Fruit Hoops.
Does Walmart?
That's what I'm saying.
Does Walmart have Fruit Hoops, or do they sell Fruit Loops?
This is what we're arguing about.
Walmart is gonna have Fruit Loops. God, I just cooked you so bad right there. I'm sorry I had to do that to you.
Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fruitios.
Generic brand. Thank you.
No, Zach is the gaslighting king over here.
You're gaslighting me about you just gaslighting me. The comments are even against you, Kevin. This is unreal.
It would be like what? Now I'm trying to think of like what an off-brand thing is. I don't know. All right, come back to me on that. I'll figure it out. We're doing our next call.
Awesome. We'll go in to our next one. We got Steve behind the scenes. Steve, how we feeling?
What's going on, Steve? Oh, let's go.
Okay, I love it.
This and the hat from the game yesterday.
Oh, I didn't even notice the hat. Yeah, that's
There
awesome.
we go.
Oh, that is a sick
I love it.
photo, yeah.
I remember I put in the chat about Mayo not being in the lineup for Norfolk. I'm hoping nothing seriously wrong with Mountie.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, then this is Mayo's chance to shine.
I mean, it has to be.
Absolutely.
But with that being said, is Zach Eflin back?
I think
Is Zach Eflin back?
It's versus the White Sox, but a win is a win. I mean, a pitcher going 7 shutout innings is 7 shutout innings against a major league team, no matter how you put it.
Yeah,
exactly. And the fact that it went Eflin to Baker to Felix, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Very straightforward. Yep.
I love Cano. Don't get me wrong. Lately, he's been a little shaky.
Very.
If you have Baker setting up Bautista, I don't think you can miss with that combo.
Not the way Baker's been pitching. I mean, he's been besides.
I mean, he had one bad outing this year so far, right?
Yeah. there's only been one time that I've truly felt like Brian Baker kind of blew the game, and that was last week in Boston. That was kind of the one that I looked towards. But besides that, he's been without a doubt they were talking about on the broadcast that he's the feel-good story of the pitching staff in 2025. He's the guy that showed up and just got the job. He's just taken off since getting the job.
Exactly. And I mean, like I said, I love Cano, but maybe taking him out of high leverage situations for a bit, let Baker set up Bautista. You might be cooking with something at the back end of the bullpen.
Yeah, and even Dominguez, since adding that splitter, has looked incredible.
Yeah, Dominguez looked good.
So
I'll say this: when that splitter is on for Dominguez, it's absolutely filthy.
yeah, and he just added it, so it's one of those things where it's like, could that be just giving a third pitch? I mean, he's no longer a 2-pitch guy. Give that extra variation, something that to go off of your fastball. I think it is sometimes just as simple as that. Getting a new pitch that you can locate, that you can dominate with. I think it kind of you go from there.
Exactly. I'm going to leave with this. It's Kramer tomorrow, and then Morton Sunday.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love Morton's last start. Morton's last start was like, excuse me?
Yeah. If
I
you could
don't
do
know
it
if
again,
we'll
that'd
get
be
an... Exactly. Like I said, 2 out of 3 from the White Sox would be nice. I'm getting greedy. I want all 3 against the White Sox.
You
this
have
weekend.
to sweep them. You have to
Listen,
sweep them.
like, let's be real. If you're the Orioles, with the way that their season is, if you want any sort of chance at that miracle run, you can't even be, Kevin, how many times have we seen it? You take 2 of 3, only gain 1 game. You got to start sweeping series. You got to
have
start
to
going.
win
You can't just go, we're winning every other game. You got to go, hey, we're taking 4 straight. We're taking, 3 in a row. You got to have some win streaks in there.
Especially since after the game Sunday, you go to the West Coast to Seattle and Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle's no pushover.
Over there.
Seattle's no pushover, especially with all that pitching they got.
Yeah, now the offense is coming a lot better.
And the A's, they've got good young talent. They're feisty. They're scrappy.
Yeah.
So
the A's are as scrappy as it gets recently. I mean, that's a team that, they started off hot and kind of fell back down hard to earth for a moment, but they got some talent. They got some talent.
Oh, yeah. But like I said, need Kramer to shove tomorrow. Offense has to get off the mat early and often.
I agree.
I'll let you guys go.
Awesome, Steve. Appreciate you calling in, man, as always. Yep.
Awesome.
Appreciate you.
Awesome. Appreciate calling in as always, Steve. What's going on? I think we got a first-time caller next. We got Breaking Glenjamin. What is up?
How's it going, guys?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Well, I work in Baltimore, walk like 2 blocks down from the stadium. And, me and my dad were going to go to the game tonight, get our bowling shirts.
Nope.
And now I'm stuck at work because probably shouldn't be driving around in the weather.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? But my dad did go and he got the shirts.
Oh, nice.
That's the win.
Let's go.
At least that's the win there. Yeah, that was the one thing. One, hope you're staying safe in the weather.
Yeah.
Two, moving it up, it did kind of a lot of people who were going tonight, especially get the bowling shirt. It's like, they're like, what do I do now? Like, I had tickets to go tonight, and then you're like, nah, it's 4 o'clock now.
Yeah. It's all right. The good thing about baseball is that usually there's always a game tomorrow.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. Very glad.
I hope the game tomorrow doesn't get rained out, but we'll see what they do.
I know, this weather's just so weird. It's always weird.
Yeah, I've been to probably, I think, like 15 games so far this year, and it's just it's been a season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
It's good and bad that you've been to 15 already. Not a lot of great victories in there, but
Yeah, but the Birds, we got to stick together.
You have to.
We can't just give up. We can't just say, season's over.
Yeah, it's like we keep saying, still what, Kevin, now 106 left. You got to play 106.
Yeah.
Like you just said, there's still a game tomorrow.
Yeah, you got to play the games. You got to play them.
Yeah,
you have to.
Remember on Major League when he's like, "Hey, we won a game yesterday.
Yep.
We won one tomorrow."
The win streak.
And when the O's could have won 4 out of 6. 2 against Boston, 2 against Cleveland. And I was gonna post on the Reddit, we won 4 out of 6 last week. If we win 20 out of 30, that's a great month. If we win 70 out of 100, that's called a playoff berth.
Yeah,
exactly. But it's as simple as that. Just, it sounds stupid, but just win the game in front of you. That's why I keep saying, yes, it was against the White Sox, but a win is a win. Go out there and just stack wins. You can only play the team on your schedule, so go out there, just find ways to win. If you can stack up multiple 3-4 game win streaks, suddenly you look back and, like you said, you win 70 of 100. Yeah. You put together a big run, and then you're looking there, and you're like, okay, here come the birds.
Exactly. Have you guys made it out to the stadium lately?
Yeah, I was out there about 2 weeks ago, so I haven't
been able to go recently, but I'm trying to get back soon.
Awesome. Yeah, I think I'm going to catch a game tomorrow, so I'll probably call in tomorrow, but I'm going to see
if I'm
getting something to eat or putting on another game to watch, or just wait out the rain, I guess.
Yeah,
guys, everybody take it easy.
Yeah.
Everybody like and subscribe.
Absolutely. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Hope to see you calling soon.
Awesome. You stay safe out there.
You too, man.
Awesome. I love when new people call in. It's always so great to talk. Love the community and how it continues to grow. So remember, hit that like and subscribe button. Join the membership if you want to call in. Or honestly, go be real. This community is so incredible that if you simply just stay in the chat, if you are involved, you just hang around, you're probably going to get gifted something, probably going to be gifted a membership by somebody with an incredible community. So stick around, hit that like and subscribe button. Also wanted to get to this. I'm not in my grout fit. No, I'm not in the full grout fit. Well, and then Walter, appreciate you. So wanted to show some love. Manzolino has way better understanding how to help struggling offenses score runs than Hyde. Stealing home's awesome. I understand it might have, that's what
electric, if we're being honest.
That was, but Kevin, just the fact that they were like, screw it. We have our 2 first basemen on the corners. Let's steal home with this. Let's try to, and it was the game. It won them the game.
Well, that's one of the things we've been asking for, right? It's just aggressiveness on the base paths,
put pressure on the defense.
Exactly. And so even if they're not winning all their games, which clearly they have not, the fact that we are seeing at least that improve, or at least them trying to do that more often, to me is something I've been happier with. So that's been perfect. I've been happier with it compared to, last year they did absolutely nothing with that. They were not aggressive at all. So I'm glad to see them doing a little more with that.
Yeah, and right on cue. Laura, we appreciate you. Absolutely incredible.
Really do.
Awesome. Let's end our last call. We got Ray behind the scene. Ray,
it's Kobe Mayo time, Ray.
We're gonna see him at a new position.
Yeah, don't you love it? Young guys just getting pushed up and down, and then thrown around to different positions.
I was actually thinking, if they didn't want to bring Kobe up, right?
Yeah.
Could they keep Rivera on the roster and have him and O'Hearn switch?
They could.
Yeah.
Realistically, they could.
Yeah. I think that very realistically could be the way. And that's why I think it's going to be, and I don't think we see, if there's any sort of chance that, Mountcastle wakes up tomorrow, they do extra testing, and they're like, hey, he's only going to need to miss a day or two. I don't think they make a move. I think they would kind of maybe play a short bench for a game or two, see if Rivera can just be the guy to go over there, see if they can just kind of outlast the White Sox. Let's be realistic. You should be able, even if Mountcastle, maybe if you're a guy down on the bench, you should still be able to go win this series, at least 2, if not all 3.
You have to get all 3, yeah.
Well, that's kind of my point is I don't – if Mountcastle won in the IL tomorrow and if Kobe came in and just struggled, I think these 2 games especially are so important. I know we're 16 games under, but to just start building some momentum to try to inch closer and closer to 500 as we get to the All-Star break. That I don't know if the timing's right. He's already been up here not that long ago and didn't do well.
Yeah, and I think the counter argument is, where else do you look right now? I think the upside is where, he might come up and have another rough, month up here, rough 2 weeks up here. But I think you're kind of hoping and banking on that kind of Jackson Holiday. What we're seeing from him is, it was rough when he was up here the first 2 times. And it was overpowered, uncompetitive. Oh, just throw 3 straight 96+ mile an hour fastballs up in the zone. You'll strike him out. And then we've seen him adjust, get comfortable, and we've seen him now become the leader of the offense with Ryan O'Hearn. I think you still have to give him that opportunity to, if he can go out there and get consistent playing time and turn it around, I think he does give you the highest upside there.
My thing, too, is with all the injuries to the outfield, we haven't seen Beavers or Fabian.
Yeah, well, Beavers was he just hit on the IL?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, but beginning of the year, he was hitting. He was still playing.
Oh, yeah. Dylan Beavers is one of those guys where I feel like people have to get familiar with the name if you aren't already, because he's like one of those underrated prospects that he's not going to be the top 100. Oh, this dude can flat out hit. He's a very, very good fielder. Very good. Plus arm. I think, him, Judd Fabian, there are some guys that are underrated in the outfield in the Orioles farm system where, that's why, if for a guy like Kerstead, if you continue to not produce, I think Kersted's definitely down once Kowser comes back up. But I think there are going to be guys that could potentially even jump him if another opportunity arises.
Yep.
Kerstead and Mountcastle for Mitch Keller. Who says no?
I
Not
would.
Not me.
That would be I would love that. I think continue to get pitching in here
If there's
because
a team that can swing on a guy like Kerstead, I think it is Pittsburgh. I mean,
you're giving them 2 hitters.
Yeah,
throw him out there. Throw he and Mountie out there in a hitter-friendly park just and see what happens.
I'd be with it. I'd love it.
Love it. Awesome. Ray, appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to get changed out of this. I hate my work clothes, man. I hate wearing a tie every freaking day.
I'm professional on the stream today, Ray. I love it.
Man.
Absolutely. You have a great one, Ray. Enjoy your Friday night.
Appreciate you.
Awesome. Yeah, I think they're going to have an interesting, because now all of a sudden, do you, even with now that Seti's hurt, do you just Hummel's got to go down. Maybe they keep up Kerstead and they just send Hummel down. I don't know.
I mean, Hummel should not be on the team.
And when I say send Hummel down, you'll just get DFA'd.
Yeah.
But you have anything else?
All right, well, let me try it one more time. All right, so you are Austin Slater. Okay, right? You're Austin Slater. And then this is Cooper Hummel.
Oh my God.
Is that the off-brand? Is that how we're doing it? So you're the original Zach Ballinger, and this is
how long did it take? How long were you searching for this?
I've had this tab up for like 15 minutes. So that's it, right? You are Austin Slater, and this is Cooper Hummel.
There it is. I'm glad you get it. I'm glad you finally got it, Kevin.
Look at me go. Resemblance is uncanny.
Awesome.
In fact, maybe I would say this is Austin Slater and you're Cooper Hummel.
That was offensive. That was offensive, Kevin. That was offensive. And that'll do it. You know what, Kevin? That's how we're doing this. I hope you're happy. Everyone's going to see you bully me off the screen.
Oh.
Unreal.
Okay.
Put mean words about Kevin in the chat.
It's pretty.
Don't do that. I forget that some people will probably put stuff in. But that'll do it for this edition of Kevin and Zach React. Orioles will be back at it tomorrow against the Chicago White Sox. What time is that game tomorrow? I'm assuming it's one of those 4.
Isn't it 4? I thought it was 4.
Yeah, 4:05. 4:05. So we'll be back here around the same time tomorrow. And yeah, hit that like and subscribe button if you're new. Be back tomorrow after the Orioles take on the White Sox, go for a series win, and keep the sweep alive. Cooper Hummel.
Oh, I totally forgot we do this. I'm usually
Only
thinking
every-
about it.
Only
Oh,
every show.
yeah. Man, who's someone? Seth Johnson.
I'll take it. You know what?
What do
I'll
you
take
mean
it.
you'll take it? That's a good one.